Good afternoon. I am Andoy Beltran. I am the Assistant Vice President of First Metro Securities Brokerage Corporation. I also happen to be heading the Business Development and Market Education departments. First Metro Sec is the stock brokerage arm of the Metro Bank Group, and we happen to be the recipient of Finance Asia's Best Broker in the Philippines Awards for 2017, 2018, and 2020. Pre-pandemic, practically almost every day, me and my team, the business development and market education team, we see ourselves jumping from campus to campus, office to office, island to island, and even country to country, talking to, teaching, and guiding Filipinos, young and old, about saving, investing, and everything in between. Grade schoolers, high schoolers, college students, grad school students, Philippine national athletes, teachers, employees, government workers, government officials from Luzon to Visayas to Mindanao. We've been to Europe, Middle East, and several parts of Asia. And if you're going to ask me, I love my job, not because of the perks, but because of the feeling of fulfillment. Because I wake up in the morning looking forward to helping more and more Filipinos become more financially literate, to become better when it comes to money management, and to be more responsible with money and to eventually earn more money. But in the new normal, during the lockdown, the community quarantine, when gatherings, events, seminars, and even air travel has been disallowed, I found myself, me and my team, we found ourselves bouncing from Zoom to Meet to Teams to Fuse and various video conferencing apps, because learning, sharing, teaching, guiding Filipinos, it never stops, especially about finances. It should never ever stop. And we continue reaching out to more and more Filipinos, both here and abroad. Right now, the new normal, by way of live webinars, vlogs, recorded webinars, tutorials, TV and radio interviews, and Facebook live sessions like this. So I'm very grateful. First Metro Securities is very grateful to our friends from TGFI, the Global Filipino Investors, for giving us yet another opportunity to reach more and more of our kabayans who would like to start their investing journey the right way. So this afternoon, I'm going to allow me to share with you things you need to know about two of the newest legitimate asset classes in the Philippines: the exchange traded funds, or ETFs, and the real estate investment trust, or REIT, REIT. I'd like to believe that we were named as the best broker in the Philippines for multiple times, not just because of our platform, not just because of our mobile app, not just because of our customer service, not just because of our market education programs, but also because we offer Filipinos a wide array of investment solutions, from direct stocks to mutual funds to bonds, and ETFs and REITs, real estate investment trusts. You have a lot to choose from. That's pretty much given. You have a lot to choose from, but the best choice for you depends on your individual goals, your capacity to invest, your experience, your risk tolerance, and ultimately your time horizon. How long are you willing and able to invest? So for me to be able to make you understand ETFs and REITs, let's try to break them down one item at a time. Let's begin with ETFs, or exchange traded funds. ETFs pretty much provide investors with low cost investment access. It's very affordable to a wide range of asset types. In the Philippines, in particular, we happen to have the first and still the only exchange traded fund in the country, called the First Metro Exchange Traded Fund, or FMETF. ETFs are basically mutual funds listed in the stock market. That being said, investing in ETFs already allow you to instantly diversify your investments. In the case of FMETF, you get to invest in the PSEI, or the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. This is the Philippines' blue chip stocks, or the basket of 30 of the heavily traded, most liquid, stable, and consistent dividend paying stocks. ETFs, by virtue of it being listed in the stock exchange, also provides investors with the liberty to buy and sell shares at any given moment without minimum holding periods imposed by mutual fund companies. It's readily tradable. And most importantly, ETFs are affordable. Imagine being able to invest in the Philippines' best of the best for a fraction of the cost. Your 1,000 pesos, again, 1,000 pesos. Your 1,000 pesos can easily buy you at least 10 shares of FMETF. That's nothing compared to spending close to 800,000 pesos if you opt to buy those blue chip stocks individually. ETF, FMETF in particular, basically allows you to buy one ETF share and get 30 of the best stocks in the Philippines. It makes investing easy. It makes investing very flexible because it allows you to trade, buy in the morning, sell in the afternoon without holding periods. And of course, allows you to invest without having to put up millions of pesos. REITs, on the other hand, provides us with an easy, affordable, and convenient way to invest in commercial real estate properties and earn income at the same time. Real Estate Investment Trust is a company that owns and in most cases operates income producing real estate properties. They can be publicly traded on major exchanges, publicly registered, but not necessarily listed or private. No? But in the Philippines, we happen to have the first real estate investment trust in Ayala REIT, or AREIT. In 2009, just a little backgrounder. In 2009, the Philippines came up with RA, or Republic Act 9856, or the REIT Act of 2009. So there is a law involving REITs, which was designed to enable real estate firms, real estate companies, to place their assets in stock corporations where the public can invest in by purchasing shares of these businesses. So they're offering co-ownership of their income-generating real estate properties to the public by way of again sharing stocks. No? So that's essentially the birth of REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust. Despite the act being drafted more than 10 years ago, it was only late last year that a company took interest in listing a company as a REIT here in the Philippines. Again, the Ayala REIT. REITs basically invest in office buildings, condominium towers, hospitals, hotels, even parking lots, no? And other rent revenue generating assets. People should consider investing in REITs simply because it takes away all the troubles one has to go through in order to enjoy the benefits of investing in real estate. Ano ba yung hassles? Ano ba yung problema when it comes to investing or buying real estate properties? It may sound too good to be true, but here are some points that we'd like you to look at. No? Imagine, in your case, mga kabayan natin, OFWs. Imagine, OFWs by way of REITs, through REITs, can now invest in real estate properties in the Philippines without having to go back and forth from your country to the Philippines, just to administer the properties, just to buy a property, just to sell a property, just to supervise construction, renovation, whatnot, just to deal with tenants or buyers or sellers. No need for you to do that because again, it's something that you can avail of online. And there's already a fund manager and the property administrator doing these things for you. So you're pretty much outsourcing those tasks to them. For example, an investor in Cebu. An investor in Cebu no longer have to fly out of Cebu to Manila, to Davao, from time to time just to take care of transactions and those things. issues when it comes to buying real estate, investing in real estate in the Philippines is high barrier to entry. Investing in real estate requires a large capital. Buying a parcel of land, buying a condominium unit, buying a house and lot, you're going to have to prepare yourself to uh, invest millions, to raise millions just for you to be able to buy one. You know, um, uh, it requires a large capital. Even if you have the capital, you will still need to go through the hassles of having it registered, documenting the sale, documenting the transfer of ownership, and if you want your real estate property to earn income, then you're going to have to administer it yourself. Most of the time, that's what real estate investors do. They pretty much administer, they pretty much manage the real estate property themselves. If you know how to start and operate the business to show returns from your investments, like any business, although risks are still inevitable, no? Purchasing a property and developing it is one thing. Ibang usapan yung pagbili, ibang usapan yung pagdevelop. And again, there are still hassles involved when it comes to both purchasing and developing the property. But there are still no guarantees that it will flourish. May mga real estate properties na mahal nung umpisa because prime spot siya, and then because recently naging flood prone yung area, nawalan ng value. May mga iba naman na tinamaan bigla ng fault line, na discover na may fault line pala siya. It runs, the fault line runs through the property, so biglang mawawala yung demand, mawawala yung value ng property. And again, there's no such thing as an assurance that it's going to reap you rewards, no? So it's very important that some people who don't have the capital will go through intermediaries like banks. Syempre, hindi lahat may cash for them to buy real estate properties, to buy condominium units. So pupunta sila sa banko to loan, to borrow money in order for them to afford the investment. True enough, this will enable you to afford your investment, but at an additional cost, because syempre, magbabayad ka ng interest dun sa pera na hiniram mo. And it's a long-term thing. It's a long-term commitment. There are real estate loans, housing loans na 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. So you're going to have to delay your gratification for that amount of time for you to be able to officially call that property yours, and declare it as part of your asset instead of the liability side. Many think that real estate investment is guaranteed, and it's all cozy once we've recovered all our costs. Despite the recurring income we will be enjoying from these investments, we also have to know that these also come with recurring expenses. Hindi lang parating papasok ng papasok ang pera kapag kumikita ka na sa real estate business. There are expenses in the form of insurance, fire insurance. Minsan may acts of God coverage pa for flood, earthquake. Taxes, real estate taxes, yung binabayaran natin every year na $1 milyar. Note though, pro tip, it's best that you pay your $1 milyar in advance, kasi there are local government units offering mga 15 to 20% discount if you pay in advance. So instead of you paying during the deadline, bayad ka ng November or December the previous year for you to be able to enjoy 15-20% discount. At least as far as Pasig, Ortigas is concerned, that's how they do things, no? Meron din tayong binabayaran na monthly dues, association dues sa condominium. Repairs and maintenance, of course, kasi syempre pag may mga nasisira, gripo, piping, electrical wiring, nag-fade na pintura, kailangan nating i-repair at i-maintain yung property natin for it to be durable. And syempre kung ibebenta natin or ipaparent natin, for it to be more attractive for tenants and for buyers, no? So lahat ng to are unavoidable if you want to retain, if we want our real estate investments to continue bearing fruit, kailangan mo pa rin siyang gastusan. So hindi siya natatapos doon sa pagbili at pag-acquire. And again, due to the high barrier of entry, diversifying our real estate portfolio may not be easy. Hindi ganoon kadali na makabili ng maraming real estate properties all at the same time. Again, because napakamahal ng real estate properties. Unless, of course, you're talking about the tycoons of the world, no? The multi-billionaire, multi-millionaire real estate investors na talagang parte ng kumpanya nila. Kumpanya na nila mismo yung bumibili ng real estate properties. But for individuals like us, it's very difficult for us to do that. It's going to be very expensive. Owning one real estate for some is actually a once in a lifetime opportunity, diba? Of course, the point of investing in real estate is to have a steady source of recurring income. However, should worst comes to worst, it would be good to know that we can dispose of our assets and convert it immediately to cash in hopes of being able to remedy our current situation. Let's see, an emergency happens, no? Emergency hospitalization in the family, emergency vehicular repair, nawalan ng trabaho, loss of income, and kailangan mo ng liquidity. Minsan iniisip natin, ibenta ko yung lupa sa probinsya, ibenta ko yung bahay, ibenta ko yung lumang bahay, yung ancestral house. But at the end of the day, it's easier said than done. Napakahirap magbenta ng real estate property kasi babalik tayo dun sa high barrier of entry. Mahal. Hindi lahat ng Facebook friends mo, hindi lahat ng followers mo sa Instagram merong readily available cash for them to buy your property. Kung meron man, medyo matatagalan because syempre titingnan yan, i-inspect, mag-negotiate pa kayo, maghahagal pa kayo, and mag-document pa kayo ng transaction. Of course, not to discourage you from investing in real estate, but all I'm really saying is it's important that you know these things before you make that move, before you make that decision. All right. So we may not always be it may not always be the case na papasok yung pera. That's one thing na napag-usapan natin. Kailangan maglabas ka rin ng pera for you to keep on reaping the fruits of your real estate property. The tedious process of marketing a property, sabi nga natin, no, hindi ganun kadaling magbenta. The tedious process of marketing a property to the painstaking process of negotiations and processing the documents can sometimes be more of a burden than a solution to the problem. Kaya minsan, sabi mo, tagal pala nito, ang dami palang hassle nito, wag ko na nga lang ibenta. Hanggang sa mag-iisip ka na lang ng ibang source of income mo. Alright, ibang source of liquidity, ibang source of emergency funding. So when you're investing in REITs, importante na makita mo rin yung benefits, of course. Ano bang benefits ng paglalagay ng pera natin sa REITs? Number one, minimal capital requirement. Hindi mo kailangan ng milyones for you to be able to participate or buy real estate investment trust. No? In fact, yung Ayala REIT, nag-IPO siya for 20-something pesos per share. So for as little as 2,000 pesos, 200,000 pesos, 20,000 pesos, kaya mong mag-invest sa real estate investment trust. You don't need to have millions for you to be able to acquire ownership of a prime. Talk about prime, no? Prime real estate properties, which means it's very affordable. It's instantly diversified because you're not limited to one type of property only. It could be more. It could be more. A mixture of mix of office space, office building. Sabi nga natin, condominium towers. Residential properties, hospitals, hotels, parking lot. For as long as it's income generating, it could form part of your real estate portfolio by way of real estate investment trust. Of course, depending on the properties that were acquired or purchased to form part of the REIT. It's professionally managed. Meron siyang fund manager, meron siyang property manager, property administrator. Sabi nga natin kanina, they're the ones doing the dirty work for you. Meaning, when I say dirty work, yun yung mga ayaw mong gawin. Decision making, strategizing, administering, they're going to do those things for you. Of course, you will earn dividends because you are a co-owner of these real estate properties. You will earn dividends. 90% of the rental revenues by law, they're required. Real estate investment trusts are required that to distribute 90% of their rental revenues from their properties. Required sila na i-distribute yon sa shareholders, sa co-owners nila by way of dividends. Again, required sila to declare those at least once a year. It's very liquid. You can trade it through the exchange since you're holding shares of stocks, and it's not difficult to find buyers or sellers. Kasi again, it's very liquid. Imagine mo, nagbebenta ka for 26 pesos per share ng Ayala REIT, nagbebenta ka for 30 pesos per share. Mabilis 'yon for you to buy if you're buying. Mabilis 'yon for you to sell if you're letting go, no? Simply put, you'll be proud owners of prime properties, but instead of a large capital outlay, you are investing in real estate properties for less. So those are the things you need to know about ETFs and REITs. No? So in summary, let's try to talk about their similarities quickly. No? Similarities, they're both suitable for beginners and young investors with a long-term time horizon. They're both professionally managed, so you outsource the decision-making, strategizing, trading, administering to licensed fund managers and experienced property administrators, which provides investors with passive income. They're both pooled investments, which give investors instant diversification in blue chip stocks for FMETF and in income-generating real estate properties for Ayala REIT, which makes investing in both of them very affordable. They're both hybrid investment outlets. Mutual funds with stocks with index tracker funds give you FMETF. Mutual funds with the real estate properties give you real estate investment trust. They're both firsts in the Philippines. Again, the first and only exchange-traded fund in the Philippines so far, our very own First Metro Exchange-Traded Fund or FMETF. And the first and currently the only real estate investment trust in the Philippines, Ayala REIT or AREIT. They're very easy to buy and very easy to sell because they're very liquid, heavily tradable, and most importantly, especially for our OFWs, mga kabayan natin, and our tech-savvy millennials, they're available online. Pwede nyo siyang bilhin online for as long as you have an online stock brokerage firm. Just like First Metro Securities, no? The best stock brokerage firm in the Philippines. So for our kabayans who wish to start their investing journey now and with the Philippines' best broker, you need not wait until you go back home. Hindi mo na kailangang hintayin na makauwi ka sa Pilipinas. Hindi mo na kailangang mag-print ng documents, ipa-consularize, ipadala sa Pilipinas. You don't need to ask your relatives to open accounts for you. You don't need to ask your family members to do things for you. All you need to do is to head on out to www.firstmetrosec.com.ph. Look for our account opening page. Complete our simple online and paperless account opening form. Attach documentary requirements. All of these things will take you about 5 to 10 minutes and then you're good. Imagine being able to open an online stock brokerage account for you to be able to buy stocks, mutual funds, bonds, ETF, FMETF, and REIT, Ayala REIT in under 10 minutes without you having to go back to the Philippines. Super convenient, super easy. Again, for our kabayans, we happen to have an ongoing promo, again, exclusively for you, for our OFWs until December 25, 2020. Exclusive for our OFWs. OFWs who will open their online trading accounts with First Metro Sec using the account opening code KABAYAN gets a chance to win First Metro Securities merchandise, First Metro Securities shirts, First Metro Securities baseball caps, 3,000 peso Sodexo gift certificate, or a 5,000 peso Sodexo gift certificate, or our top prize of 10,000 peso gift certificate from Sodexo, which will be delivered to your Philippine address for a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. More details of the promo are posted in our website and in our official Facebook account. So, there you have it, a brief backgrounder about everything you need to know about ETFs or exchange traded funds and real estate investment trust or REITs, so that you would know what you're supposed to do before you invest your hard-earned money in any of these outlets. This has been Andoy Beltran from First Metro Securities Brokerage Corporation, thanking our friends from TGFI and our kabayans listening to this, listening and viewing this Facebook live session. So thank you for the opportunity. All right.